Good evening, Buckeye Nation. Welcome to a special edition. The Wild Man and the Podfather react to the third day of practice at the Ohio State University over at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. I am your host, Buckeye Boggs, aka the Podfather. That man over there with that scowl on his face, that's the Wild Man, Chris Wilds. He's playing hurt. Literally. The dude was walking on crutches today. Uh, hurt himself yesterday, hurt his knee. Hopefully everything's okay, buddy. Hopefully you got some
Yeah.
good drugs.
Well, they gave me something for the pain when I was out of the hospital. It's kind of worn off now,
It's
and
worn off.
yeah, it's not feeling good right now. It's we're good though, Eric. We're good. We're
All
gonna we're
right.
gonna muddle through this.
So there was a lot of good today, and we want to share that with you. There was some not so good today. We're going to share that with you. There was some funny today. We're going to share that with you. There was some an interesting thing that happened to the running backs room at the end of practice. We're going to talk about that. Uh, but you're all being lied to. Let's start there. You
Yeah,
all are being lied to. If you are reading from the beat right now and you are watching any of the videos from the major media companies who are doing their post reaction, they are talking about how Julian Sain looked the every bit the part of a starting quarterback today. Um, he may have had a better day than he's done the first 2 days, but if that is what they consider as a good starting quarterback for Ohio State, they need to go back to football school.
yeah. I don't know what they were watching, Eric, but I've read the headlines. Julian puts together his best day of practice yet. Sane looks good. Keenholz looks good. Guys, I'm here to tell you that yes, we still have 4 weeks to clean this up. Yes, he made some very good plays. Yes, I think he's a tremendously talented young man. And if we were to start the season tomorrow, he's the guy out of our quarterback room that I would want at the starting job.
100%.
Um, at the same time, I'm here to tell you that all the hype right now, don't buy it. I actually have a legitimate concern at that quarterback position right now. Now, do I think it can be developed? And by the time we kick off, do I think it can be, fixed? I do. But it gets fixed with reps. It gets fixed with just intensive reps, lots of practice, and just going out there. But one of Ryan Day's big things, Eric, is do the routine things routinely.
100%. I was going to
And
go there.
and let me
Yep.
tell you, one guy out there did the routine things routinely today, and he's not either one who's mentioned in the article. It was Tavian
100%.
St. Clair.
I agree with you 100%. Tavian St. Clair, uh, he now granted, a lot of times he's going up against the third string defense. I understand that. But he seemed to have a command of the short game much better than either Julian Sain and Lincoln Keenholz did today. And I'm just here to tell you guys right away. Like I've been to several of these open practices. Okay,
Yeah.
I've gotten to watch. I've gotten to watch the previous quarterbacks in practice before. I witnessed C.J. Stroud go through almost an entire practice without one single incompletion before. And yes, that was against our defense, which is nowhere near as good as our defense is right now. I
Right.
understand. I understand that. But still, the difference between that and what I saw today is night and day. It is night and day. And again, I'm not trying to um I'm not sitting here saying that Julian Sain's never going to be that. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. I think he can. I think he's definitely got arm talent. There's no
Oh,
doubt
without a
about
doubt.
that. The ball pops when he throws it from his arm. But where he's at right now is not what you are being told by the media. It is not. I'm
No.
sorry. It's not.
And you saw it, Eric. I mean, you talked about the arm talent. It's there. He made a great deep pass to Jeremiah Smith in the corner of the end zone earlier. That was it was a beautiful throw. Um, he struggled a lot, specifically in the short game. I thought the stuff that he was doing going behind, he was throwing behind running backs, throwing behind wide receivers on wide receiver screens. And I don't get it. There was one pass, I can't remember if it was him or Lincoln. It was a daggone lateral. It was backwards.
Yeah.
It was a backwards pass.
We saw two interceptions.
Yeah.
Two. One was Lincoln. It was a terrible pass. We saw 3 fumbles today. One on like you said, a backwards pass. Hats off to the defense. They're flying.
Good. They look good.
Guys,
they are chippy, man.
The defensive line is going to be they're going to be good. I'm not going to say they're going to be great. They are much better than I thought they were going to be at this point. And Bo Atkinson is an absolute hoss.
And he's cerebral too, Eric. And we talked about it. How about him trying to play mind games with Philip Daniels?
Him and Philip Daniels got into it multiple times today. I like Philip Daniels, by the way.
I do too.
I like his chippiness. But Thor is going to be a problem, and he knows how to time the pass and get his arms up. You heard it here first. He will have the most pass block downs on the defensive line this year, easily. He's the only one who was doing it, and to be honest with you. Kenyatta Jackson is a team leader on defense, 100%.
Caleb in the slot, man. Oh my
Caleb in the slot is sick, guys. When they were running a drag route with one of the tight ends, it was like you might as well just throw it away. You've got zero chance. You got zero chance on that drag route when Caleb's on the tight end. His skill set is so good, guys. And here's the other thing about the defense. Mark it down right now. Sonny Styles is an absolute top 10 draft pick in the NFL. He is the best linebacker I have seen with my 2 eyes since Ryan Shazier.
Yeah.
Easily.
He's an animal out there. I mean, it was this defense, Eric, it's hard to imagine a defense that's going to be better than what we saw last year. I don't know. I can't put that on them just yet, but my gosh, they're awfully good.
They're better than the secondary.
That secondary is locked down.
And they're going to be better at linebacker. They just are.
Yeah.
Arvell Reese, Peyton Pierce, mixed with Sonny Styles, who's the best linebacker we've had in over a decade. They're going to be better there. And the front end of this defense, I think we're on the ends. We are deeper than we were last year.
Oh yeah.
So that's all some positive stuff. But I know we're kind of jumping around here a little bit. Let's get to the super chat first. Buck Vader with a $50 super chat. Thank you, my man. Thank you so much. Can't wait to hear all about Buckeye Camp. Saw a picture of BP and did a double take. Thought it was Harrison. Everyone give and buy a membership to support the best Buckeye channel. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, Epi. I'm going to butcher his last name so bad, Chris. The defensive end that we got.
The number 44. No. Yeah.
Yes. Number 44.
The JTT lookalike with his hair flowing out the back of his helmet.
Citinelli, I don't know, something like that. It's Polynesian.
He got a knockdown today too.
He is really good. He looks like a thinner, faster JTT. He looks like him. I mean, looks like him. All right, let's answer a couple quick questions, guys. We got so much to get into tonight, guys. Vengeance says issues at QB, I guess. Yeah. Chris and I will never steer you guys wrong. We do it. Chris and I have done this for multiple years now. We turn off everything from the media. We go with a clean slate. We watch practice or we watch the spring game, etc., and we come away with thoughts. And so far, Chris, I think you and I are batting 1,000 on what the issue of the team is going to be.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't. It can fix itself.
Yeah, but right now
But
the issue
right
of this
now
team,
is
quarterback.
quarterback. And honestly, and Eric, something about the quarterback position too. It wasn't just that Tavion was doing the routine things routinely. He was showing a high football IQ in the way that if there was nothing there, he would run, or if there was no open lane, he would put the ball out of bounds. He wouldn't take a
Yep.
chance at taking a sack.
He manages the pocket better than both of them already.
Yes, he really does.
And I think it's probably because he didn't have a great offensive line in high school.
Yeah. So
Andre Green, Podfather, in your opinion, will we know the appointed starter by the end of fall camp?
I thought yes, Eric, but I'm not so sure anymore. And you said something very interesting in camp. We should start being concerned if all of a sudden, really quickly, Tavion loses that black stripe.
Yeah, keep your eye on that. If Tavion loses black stripe this week, I think it might be a 3-quarterback race. I'm being dead serious with all.
I agree.
I don't think they want it to be. I know they don't want it to be. That's not in the cards. It's not their plans right now. Because if you do that, you're going to lose 2 quarterbacks to the transfer portal really, really quickly. But
our new buddy Stan was in the chat there.
Okay, so this is a great story. So Chris and I walk up, and I kind of know where I want to sit to watch most of the practice, or stand, I guess you could say. And Stan's standing there, and I stand next to him. I introduce myself, say hi to him. He goes, "You guys are the podcast guys." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's us." Stan, welcome in, man. It was great standing with you two today at the open practice, and I enjoyed meeting you. You are spot on about the quarterback play today. Thank you, Stan. See, we were not the only one. Appreciate that. But yeah, great to meet one of our listeners, and great to welcome into the chat, Stan. I think you're going to love our community here a ton. Okay, Buck Vader, anything about Turbo? Yeah, I've got 2 things right away.
Lots of things.
Yeah, Chris has got a lot to say about Turbo. Number 1, I think they want him to be our kick returner. Fielding kicks today. See if we can remember this. You had Brandon Ennis.
Mm-hmm.
You had Jeremiah Smith.
Caleb.
You had Caleb Downs. Those were the big 3. You had Turbo.
Graham.
Mylan Graham. Did I miss anybody? I think those are the 5. I think that was it.
That feels right.
Turbo took the most by far. If I was a betting man, here's what I would bet. Brandon Ennis is going to field punts because he's got the experience. He's got sure hands. Turbo is going to be your kickoff returner. And if they need a spark, if we're down and we need somebody, Caleb Downs is going to be your guy. If I was a betting man. But Turbo, that's the first thing that jumped out of me about Turbo. They're going to use him in that department, number 1. Number 2, he is quick. Man, is he quick. There's a difference between quickness and speed. Like, I would say Jeremiah Smith is got speed. He's fast. Turbo is quick. He is stealthy. He's like a pinball, man. What's your thoughts on Turbo, Chris?
I feel like this is a kid that we're going to see a lot of this year. Don't be surprised if he is in games more than just special teams. He showed a lot of great ability as far as you talked about the quickness. He really reacts quickly. He hits the hole quick. All this kid needs is a small seam. That being said, man, was Lachlan up his backside most of the day today or what?
Wow.
He was all over this kid, and I think it's because they expect this kid to play such a big part.
He's trying to catch him up.
He is trying to get him up to speed because he did not come in as an early enrollee.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah, he was. I think he's going to be amazing. I think we saw both these guys. We saw him and Bo both, and Peoples, man, he broke off a nice run during their actual 11-on-11. Guys, I love it, and let me tell you right now, this running back group has got a lot of talent. But man, if they got the coach to bring it out of them, Coach Locke, He is so intense, but just so, I mean, just,
Should we tell the Coach Locke story at the end of practice?
oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So one thing they do, any penalty. So if you have a false start,
And there were several today,
there
3 or
was
4 on the running backs.
quite a few, and they don't care who you are. An interception, if you throw an
Fumble.
interception, a fumble. I think if you run the wrong route, something like
Yeah.
that, they make you run. You got to go do a lap. Near the end of practice, I think it was the third lap Turbo was taking, and he was kind of dogging it a little bit. He was obviously tired.
Coach
And
Locke was up
Coach
on him.
Locke started running down the field yelling at him. Something like I mean, there was quite a few swear words in it, but it was basically, "Don't ever dog me on my field." This is, and then one time he said, "This, you're not in high school anymore."
Yeah. And the
So-
running back room as a whole paid for the mistakes
after
at the end.
practice, they all gather in their little position groups for a last little thing. Hey, way to go, everything. Coach Locke's just giving them the business and making them do up downs and run. The whole running back room, the entire running back room was doing up downs and running, and he was irritated big time. I was like, wow, man.
And this is not a man you want to irritate, Eric.
No. It's that these guys are dog tired after a 3-hour practice. Well, let's see, 3.5-hour practice, really, of just, I mean, non-stop practice. These guys are dog tired. And he's like, I'm making you all do up, downs, and runs. Ryan Day's Championship Beer with a $5 super chat. Be honest, are you guys worried about this team by what you've seen, or are you confident we'll get the necessary growth? I am more confident in the team than I was going into the practice, because I actually saw a lot of really good things, especially on the defensive side. I saw some things on the offensive line I liked a lot too. They were doing some different drills, things I hadn't seen them do before. I love the offensive line coaching, and I love how they are approaching this offensive line. They are getting a ton of one-on-one with the offensive line coaches, because there are so many. So those are a couple things. So to answer your question, Ryan Beard, yeah, I think they're going to the growth's going to be there, but I'm telling you guys, game 1 against Texas, it's going to be the defense is going to need to win this game for us.
It's
And we're
going to
gonna-
be 65% on the ground you're running the ball.
We're going to have to run the football a lot. And I think you're going to see a lot of passing to the tight ends. Now the tight ends look good.
Oh, yeah.
Tight ends look good, guys. We'll get to that in a second as well. Let's see. Andre Green, Podfather, is the 2025 Buckeyes defense better than last year's defense?
I'll tell you what, the back 7 right now, I'm going to say yes. The front end,
Maybe.
I'm telling you right now, what I saw today was and this is the other thing, Eric. They are definitely playing with more intensity and anger than I thought last year's team did. They look, their mindset almost seems like what we saw in the playoffs out of that defense. They are playing at another level of intensity defensively.
Yeah.
And they are trash talking each other. They're trash talking the other side of the ball. They were so intense, and Kenyatta Jackson was the leader of that.
Yeah, they put the pads on, and an animal came out on that defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it was impressive. Jeffrey McDowell with a $2 super chat. Why does no one ever mention Dominic Kirks? Because he's the third. He's in the 3 deep. He's stuck behind Kenyatta Jackson, Caden Curry, Atkinson, Bo Atkinson, and C.J. Hicks. Those are your 4 defensive ends that are rotating.
But he did have some decent play today.
He's good.
He is very good,
and he's big.
Yes,
but he's also a redshirt freshman, and I just don't see him playing over those 4 guys. But that's a great question. But yeah, we noticed him. He flashed, but it was all against third team. It was all against third team, or when Bo Bo got dragged off the field for getting in a scuffle, so which I didn't mind. I love it. I love it. But great question. Great question, Jeffrey. Um, let's see here. I'm keeping is St. Clair Will Howard size? Yes. Yeah, he's Will Howard size. Um, he's tall.
Yeah.
He's thick. Yeah. It's a great question. I think yeah, I think guys, I'm telling you,
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. And granted, now Eric, we've only been out there for one practice. You know, we did not see how things went yesterday or the day before, other than what we've heard. We didn't actually see it with our own eyes. What I saw with my own eyes today tells me that St. Clair may be the most talented quarterback in that room.
I don't see.
However,
this is what I warned you about. We don't want to get.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. However, as I said earlier, if I'm going to start a quarterback tomorrow, it's going to be Julian Sayin. He has a better grasp of the system. He's been in the system longer. And you could say, well, why not Keenholz? Well, because I saw the two of them play head to head, and to me, Julian just looked better than Keenholz.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Lincoln Keenholz.
I'm actually very disappointed because I had a lot of hope for Keenholz.
So, all right, Sean, who's going to be starting O-line? You got Ethan on the left tackle, Ethan Onyewa, or however you pronounce that name. Thank you, Onyewa. Is the left tackle. Your left guard was what's his name? Shoot.
Tegra.
No, he's right.
Tegra was right.
Yeah, he's right. Left tackle is left guard is Luke Montgomery.
Luke Montgomery.
Carson Hinsman's your starting center. He did have one bad snap today. Tegra's your right guard, and Austin Sverveld is your right tackle. That is your starting offensive line. They were the number one group all day.
Yep.
All day long. I don't think there's any question that's your number one offensive line right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? They look good. And Eric, you want to talk about the offensive line. Let's step away and talk. You mentioned it briefly, the coaching. The way they're getting coached up. And they were running some drills out there I hadn't seen before. And you pointed it out to me, the way they were hitting the sled sideways and things like that. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, it's some
working on that lateral foot movement. I mean, it was awesome.
They are emphasizing getting to the second level.
Yes.
A lot with the offensive line, which is great. J Carb 305. You guys say the defense might be better than last year, but now the QBs are a concern. If the defense is that good, no one, not even our own offense, is putting up numbers in practice. I disagree. You have the best wide receiver room in college football,
without question.
They made separation. They got separation at times.
I thought at times, Eric, the wide receivers looked frustrated.
I would agree with that sentiment. I would agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, these guys were expecting the ball because, like you said, they were getting separation. They were getting open. And the balls just weren't coming. Placement was really poor on some of the passes.
Well, you had that one over the middle when Lincoln throws it high, and Brandon Ennis has got to leave his feet to go get it, and he would have gotten killed because what was it? I forget who the linebacker was that basically got out of the way because he would have absolutely killed poor Brandon Ennis. And I remember Lincoln tapped his chest and was like, "My bad." Like, yeah, it's your bad. You could have ended his freaking season that way, man.
Well, Brian Hartline immediately went over to him and said something about that. I mean, I don't know what it was. Not to Lincoln. He went immediately to Ennis as soon as that play was completed and said something to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see. Let me see. So are you guys, Vengeance? So are you guys saying the offense will be predominant running game? Do you say this because of the quarterbacks? That's a very good question. I'm saying we almost have to be to start the season right now. Now they've got 4 weeks to iron some things out, but it's only 4 weeks, and you got the best team, possibly next to Penn State, the best team you're going to play all year in game number 1. So you don't have the luxury to, um, iron things out in 4 weeks and be, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so you're going to have to do what works. I think there's a reason why they're working on dumping the football off. They're working on screens.
Wide receiver screens, tight
They're
end
working
screens,
on
yeah.
bubble screens. They're working on throwing to the running backs out of the backfield. They're working on drag routes with the tight ends. It's because I think they know we're going to have to get the ball out of our quarterback's hand quickly.
Quick.
And that's not because of the offensive line per se. I think it's because of the quarterback. That's just that's my interpretation of what I saw. Could
Yeah,
be wrong.
I think they're going to have to use those short patterns. They're going to have to get him into a rhythm quickly with confidence passes. So I'm with you. I think obviously we've got the talent that we're going to have to go deep at times. And Julian Sayin specifically has the arm to go deep. We saw that today. But let me just say, I mean, honestly, I don't think this team's going to be throwing deep as much as a lot of people would like them to.
They have to, because
they're going to do it. They're going to try to stretch the defense, I think, to keep the defense honest.
Well, and when you have Jeremiah Smith, you better.
But I think you're going to see a lot of crossing routes. I think you're going to see a lot of, don't be surprised if the slot receivers and the tight ends don't get a whole lot of play specifically versus Texas.
TG Sport says, is that TG? Is that
That's
TG's
TG
handle? Okay. I noticed that Tager from some clips has gotten so much better than he was last year. I agree with that.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He's carrying himself with more confidence.
That run he had in the playoffs will do that.
Yeah, winning a national championship will probably do that for you. And he's been on campus for 4 years now. So, yeah, he's carrying himself with a lot of confidence. And I like that. There was one of the freshman offensive linemen turned my head just by his physical presence today. The freshman from
the kid from Toledo.
Toledo, yeah.
Carter
Lowe. He is a
man. He's a big man.
He's impressive. If I'm in an alley fight, that might be one of my first draft picks right there. Him and Daniels, get them two together. That's quite the tag team right there, man. Philip Daniels, he's a fighter. Let's see here. Cal, special teams. We missed some field goals.
We did.
We hit some, but we missed some. So there's your special teams update, other than telling you who was fielding kicks today. According to one sports analyst, we got no chance against Texas, Lisa says. I disagree.
If this is Paul Feinbaum again, because I've had several people talk to me today about Paul Feinbaum again, because he's out there running his mouth again. Paul Feinbaum is a moron. Don't listen to a word he says if that's who you're listening to. Lisa, if that's where that came from, just ignore it, because he's a moron. He belongs in Michigan.
Jason says, I love the doubters. That makes us more hungry, and we play really good, and we win. So keep doubting us. Yeah, 100%. So let's see here. Going through some of these, trying to get as many of these as we possibly can. We've talked about the quarterbacks. We've mentioned the offensive line a little bit, doing different drills, who the starters were. We've got a juicy members only video coming your way about a couple offensive linemen that we will share with you this upcoming week. So stay tuned for that one.
How about the coaches, Eric? I mean, let's talk about the coaches a little, because we saw not a lot of people, people watch the coaches and they see them on the sidelines during the games. If you don't go to the practice and see how they interact with the players, But my God, these guys had, and Lachlan specifically, but Lachlan had this old school high school coach type of mentality. The guy that would grab you by the face mask and drag you around. And I love that. But then you talk about the energy of a Keenan Bailey.
Keenan Bailey turned my caught my attention today. Keenan Bailey, guys, I love our tight end room. Now I'm going to say something else today. This might be a little controversial.
Hurtful.
It's going to be hurtful, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
I like Jelani Thurman. He came out, he ran down where the fans were and high-fived everybody. He had a lot of energy and everything. I think he can be a weapon in the passing game. But when it came to blocking drills, he ain't it, guys. He's not. And Keenan Bailey made a very striking comment out loud in front of everybody to that room when he said, Case, big Case, this is your room.
Yeah. He's like, what's going on here? This is your room. Take charge of it, big man.
Yeah. Interesting. And then right before they broke off into their groups again, and tight ends were right in front of us. And
the quote of the day.
It was by far the quote of the day. Chris, take it away.
So they're coming over to the sideline, and Bailey looks at him and says, guys, grab a quick drink. We know what we're going to do. We're going out there and whooping some defensive ends backsides. And that is the PG version because it was not PG when it came out of his mouth.
No, it was not. It was not at all. But I like how he coaches. He might have been the sweatiest one.
Oh, the other one he had was, somebody came up, got up slow, and he looks at him and says, "No, get up. Ohio guys don't get hurt."
Yeah, Ohio guys don't get hurt. Get up. It was Max.
Yeah.
It was Max Clare. He said, "Get up. Ohio guys don't get hurt. Come on." Willie, we use 3 tight end formations. So what is that? 13-man personnel.
That's 13. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be doing that. But
I'll tell you, we got some pretty big boys on there who could block. Kazmarek definitely.
Yeah.
Bennett Christian, don't sleep on him. He didn't look bad out there.
No, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Max Clare actually did better blocking than I thought he would.
Yeah, I thought Max did pretty well.
Yeah, but Jelani was the worst blocker in the whole room, in my opinion.
But again, great energy guy.
Up. You know how they have the thing that you have to duck under, and then you're supposed to come up, out, and then drive. He hit the top of his helmet multiple times on it. He wasn't driving very good at all. He got yelled at a couple times for that. So, like I said, I like the kid. I love his energy. I'm rooting for him like heck, man. But when it comes to blocking, Buckeye Rod says, I like Case Merrick as our 3rd tight end. Well, you better like him as your number 1 tight end.
Yeah.
Because that's
his room.
That's who the number 1 tight end in Ohio State is Will Case Merrick. I'm just telling you straight up, that's what it is. Now, Max, I think
he's going to get the play calls for the passing. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Max is by far the best pass catching tight end on the team. He's got great hands, but I personally believe Case Merrick is your prototypical number 1 block first. You're the starting tight end at Ohio State this year. Jack is a Texas fan. Jack is a Texas fan. We'll see you in 4 weeks, buddy. Tyler said, "Do you remember Jack Sawyer?"
I know one person who does. Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, that was kind of what we saw from the tight ends that we wanted to share with you. Okay, let's talk Jeremiah Smith.
What planet did this guy come from, Eric? I mean, he made the normal catches that he would make. But oh my God, that catch on the sideline, he had no business making that catch. None.
No, and he stood up and he threw the football.
And he throws the football to the end zone.
Like, here's my celebration. Here you go. He's not normal. I was thinking about this today, how much body fat is on him. And I've come to the conclusion it's 4%.
Yeah.
4%, because
That's
of his
probably right.
number. I mean, the dude is chiseled like no one's business. You see all the wide receivers standing together, and they're all athletic, cut. I mean, they all look the part. And then he walks by, and you're like, that's not normal, right? So he is a super freak, and he's every bit as good as what we remember from the end of last season, and then some. He might
Maybe
even
better.
be better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, jump on that train, because I think he is a Heisman candidate if we can get him the football. Every catch he made today, except for the one in the end zone for the touchdown, every catch today he made
He earned it.
is a normal drop by a normal wide receiver, hands down. But he made the catch because it was him, because he's different. Shout out to Archie Griffin's great nephew, number 40. What
43.
Was he?
How could you forget that one?
Yeah, it's Ryan's. Well, because there's the number 43 was also a long snapper, and that confused me. I was like, who's wearing Ryan's number? And then it was the
I'll tell you, the kid looked good out there, Eric.
That's what I was about to say. He might be a walk-on, but Deontay Griffin, 5'9", 185 senior from Lima, Ohio, looked good.
Yeah.
Played well. Shout out Deontay Griffin, representing the legacy of the Griffin name out there on the field, man. Have yourself a great day, young man. He played well. He played well.
Devin Sanchez, young man, looked good out there as well.
He looks good.
And my goodness, he is a scary athlete for his position as well.
Jermaine Matthews Jr. is your best cornerback on this team.
Yes.
Easily. Shout out to Davison Igbinosun. But I didn't see any holding by him today.
No, and he had a couple nice breakups.
Knock on wood, but Matthews Jr. is really, really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was that. All right. So, anything else on the offense that we need to address? We talked offensive line, tight ends, wide receiver room. Oh, by the way, don't listen to anything else. Your starting wide receivers are Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis all day long. You know, Milan might make, Graham might make it. No, it's not going to happen. Brandon Ennis is 100% the leader of that room. He looked confident. He played well. He had a touchdown catch in the end zone during the red zone series. Those are your three starting wide receivers, hands down. So who's number 4? Milan Graham?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Who's number 5?
Ooh. That's where it starts to get murky, man. That's where it starts to get murky.
Quincy Porter had a bad drop.
Yeah.
He had a really bad drop. Bryson Rodgers
didn't get a lot of.
He didn't do anything to, again, stand out and
didn't stand out. But he also didn't do anything to stand out in a negative way either.
Correct. That's kind of what I kind of see there. Sean Schrock, how does Aaron Scott look? Well, he had a penalty. He had a bad pass interference.
Penalty.
He got there so early
But he was gonna get roasted
He got there
otherwise.
so early that even those terrible practice referees threw a flag. They like literally had to throw a flag. They're like, "Oh wow, it was it was bad." So that was who is C.J. Hick? Who are you talking to? It's C.J. Hicks. Is this the Texas guy?
Yes.
Okay, that's why he doesn't know who C.J. Hicks is. Okay, I was like, what are you talking about?
I
He's five
promise you that Arch Manning will know who CJ Hicks is.
five-star recruit from Dayton, Ohio. That's who he is. Um, I'll the Graham and Porter need to get some reps. Oh, 100%. 100%.
And they
But
will.
they will. Yeah. But in my opinion, there's a drop off after those first three. In my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, they need more
But
reps. That's the problem, I think.
yes.
This is like the fourth time Andre said this is why he doesn't listen to anybody else. This is also probably one of the reasons why we'll never be invited to be a part of the media too, because we actually will tell you the truth and not some narrative that is some kind of being pushed for some weird reason.
But Eric, just a final note on the wide receiver room, though, too.
Yeah, and then we'll go to defense.
I just want to say, though guys 4 through 6, 4 through 7 need to be polished, I would still take our 7th guy over a lot of wide receiver ones in college football.
Oh yeah, 100%. They look the part, guys. They look the part. And shout out to the coaching staff too. Trying to remember who the assistant wide receivers coach is. He's definitely taking the room over. While
Brian's developing his play calling. Yeah.
You got it. Let me see if I can't find his name. I wanted to say Billy Fester, but that's the quarterback's coach. That's not who I'm thinking of. Devin Jordan. There it is.
Yeah.
Devin Jordan is your wide receivers coach, guys. Brian Hartline, I think he was with the receivers once that I saw. Early on, wasn't it? Wasn't he with the receivers?
Yeah, he was with the receivers once, and then he came over during the 11-on-11 when, like I said, Ennis made that amazing catch that would have got him killed. Other than that, Hartline spent a lot of the time during drills, anyhow. It seemed like a lot of his time he was with Ryan Day. He was floating back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan and Brian are they're at the hips with each other. Brian Hartline's got a headset on, so he's talking to the quarterbacks through the headset, calling plays. They are huddling up a lot. Do not be surprised if we huddle for the majority of the game against Texas, unless we go up tempo for some reason. But we are huddling up to get the play in. That's how we're doing it. And Brian Hartline is making the call through the headset. Ryan Day's got a play sheet with him. All the coaches have a practice sheet, but Ryan Day had a play sheet with Brian Hartline and Ryan Day both had play sheets, but it was 100% Brian Hartline making the calls to the quarterback in the huddle. Now, I'll say this. Those might be predetermined based off the practice script.
I'm sure they were because they're not going to show anything.
Right, but it's definitely Brian Hartline calling those plays, if anybody was wondering about that. Sean Schrock, who is our slot corner? Caleb Downs. I think Caleb Downs will be in the slot at least 50% of the time. At least.
Yeah, he was amazing in that capacity. He is your field general. He is your guy on defense who's going to be, like you said, Eric, calling the plays. And you want him to be able to have that center of the field view of everything. And he's a sound tackler. He's going to be able to help out that front seven quite a bit. There's so much of an advantage to having him there. And you get two very talented safeties on the field in
Bingo.
Yeah.
You're talking about Jalen McLean
and Malik Hartford.
Yep. And they both looked excellent today.
Yeah.
So I think this move is another way of getting your three best in the backfield. is how you do that. That's one of the reasons why they made that move. And
Ooh, interesting. Did you see Tyler's comment?
I did not. Well,
And he may be actually right. And given who our defensive coordinator is, this would make a lot of sense.
they're going to be a big nickel, and he's going to play like Patrick Chung for the Patriots. I'm going to confess, guys, I'm not an NFL guy. So when you say Patrick Chung, I'm probably not who I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I don't even
immediately go to Wang Chung the song. I mean, so I apologize. Like when I watch NFL, I watch for the Ohio State guys. I used to be a Bengals fan, and I quit. I can't handle it. Sundays for me are all about this prepping
the podcast for tonight. That's it.
Working on the podcast and yeah. So I might have a game on in here in my office on the TV, but the volume's down and I'm not really paying attention.
It's background noise.
So I'll take your word for it, Tyler, that this is a really good comparison. But it to me, it solidifies the middle of that defense so much because Arvell Reese is a horse. He's a man-child. Sonny Styles might be one of the best, if not the best linebacker in college football. And now beside them, you're going to put the best defensive player in all of college football. To me, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Did Ryan Day look stressed out about the practice?
No.
No, he didn't.
He looked like he was the master of all he surveyed. He was moving around that practice, watching every little thing, just taking it all in. Didn't talk a lot. He would talk to a coordinator here and there, but he was just almost like he was soaking it in.
Yeah.
Just thinking about his next move.
Yeah, he is. If I think back on the other times I've gotten to watch Ohio State practice, and I've watched Ryan Day and I watched him today, he's so much more relaxed, confident. He still coaches hard. He still coaches the quarterbacks. He's still in the quarterback's ears when they do something bad or they don't do something he likes, which is natural because that's his position that he played, he coached. But I did notice this today. Did you notice Larry Johnson come on the field a lot during the?
How could you miss it with that sporty hat he was wearing, man? He was styling that thing. I wanted that thing.
Larry and Ryan Day they stand close to each other a lot.
Yes.
And I'm not going to add to some conspiracy theory here or not, but if it came down to Larry Johnson and Jim Knowles, I'm pretty sure Ryan Day said, "See ya, Jim."
Oh yeah.
Just kind of my 2 cents. I have a big question, but I'm saving it for Wildman Monday night, said Buck Vader. He did ask, what about Pettyjohn? I'll be honest, I didn't notice him.
Yeah, he was in a little bit, but he didn't stand out. Doesn't mean he's not going to be great. I absolutely think he is, but man, that linebacker room, Eric, I think we did see it's deeper than we thought, and it's a lot more prepared than maybe we thought.
I think Peyton Pierce is your number 3 linebacker, and it's not.
Peyton Pierce is definitely.
They have him in the middle of that defense. When Arvell came out, Sonny stayed in a lot, and then Peyton Pierce came in. And when Sonny would exit, I did think we saw Garrett Stover a couple times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Garrett peeked in there a few times. I think.
But between the 3 linebackers that just jump out at you were Sonny, Arvell, and him. Who am I thinking of again? Peyton Pierce.
Peyton Pierce.
Those are the 3 who jump out. So, let's see here. Keeping it moving here. Let's talk defensive line again while I look for the next question.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's talk interior. We've talked about the ends. Let's talk interior, right? So Edric Houston was there. He
Practicing
was
on the sideline.
he was on the sideline working with some of the trainers. He tried to get into a couple drills, I've heard. I didn't see it, but apparently he tried to get into some drills over on the other field. There's two fields, by the way.
Yes.
There's a what I would call a west and an east. If you go to the practice field at the Woody, all the fans are lined up behind a barrier on the west, and so we see everything that's happening on the field. There's a far field on the east by the road that runs over there, and that was where a lot of the defensive stuff was happening during the position drills. But long story short, yeah, I the defensive interior actually looked better than I thought it would.
Yeah,
Do you
I would
agree with
agree.
that?
I would
Okay.
agree. I was a little surprised by that. I really thought they were going to have to take and move Thor or somebody down into the interior with Edric out, but they look good and they made some plays. They got some tip balls. They held their own against the offensive line, which we said played amazing. So I'm not really worried right now, especially given that Edric, according to all reports, Eric, seemed to be moving fairly well with that bum knee. So yeah, I'm hoping that everything's good. And hey, this is good because now we're developing depth.
Stan. Okay.
Oh, he's talking
put
about Brian Hartline, the quarterback.
Put a pin.
That was awful.
Put a pin in this conversation with defensive tackles. We're gonna get back to this. We have to address this with Stan. Okay.
Yeah, this was
we
something.
all.
He looked so angry when he was trying to throw the ball.
Brian Hartline. I'm like he will forever be the greater athlete compared to Chris and I. I mean, it's no comparison.
Oh,
like,
without doubt, yeah.
I'm not saying like, but Buddy can't throw a football worth. I mean, it's guys, it's bad. It's like me trying to throw left-handed is what it kind of looked like. I mean, he short arm shot puts with anger this thing. I mean,
yeah. And that was the face too.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was Chris is like, holy crap, look at that. I was like, man, he can't throw. Dude can catch. He can definitely recruit, but he's not Ryan Day when it comes to throwing the football. That is for sure. He was short arming that thing. It was ugly, guys. Okay, let me tell you a funny story. My freshman year of baseball, okay? I was on the JV team my freshman year, and they didn't have a JV coach. They wanted the freshman coach to move up, but he stayed down at freshman level for personal reasons. So they needed a JV coach, and they got the varsity basketball coach to fill in. And he was not a baseball player. And he would try to throw BP to us. And it was like that. It was funny. It was like, okay, you obviously never played baseball, dude. You can't do this. It's bad. That's what it looked like to me. Shout out Jerry Groves. All right. Let's see. Back to defensive tackles. Yeah. So they were rotating in three different guys, if you will, at that position. Obviously, Caden McDonald was still getting the first team reps. Tywone Malone Jr. was the first one I noticed. Jason Moore was next, and Will Smith Jr. I thought all three of them had moments where they played well.
Yes.
But I remember on a couple occasions, it felt like Tywone Malone was in the backfield, which is a great sign.
Yes.
And like I stated in the video the other day, it's unfortunate that an injury like this happens, but the silver lining is these guys are getting more significant reps with the ones, and they were good reps. The offensive line at times made some huge holes.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, ugh, defensive line, where are you at? And then the defensive line would come right back and be in the backfield. Like, these are two really good units going at each other, which it's hard to explain because usually when you're watching, like one unit will dominate the other unit, and then you have to question, are they really that good, or is that other unit really
That
that
bad.
bad,
Yeah.
right? And so you have that battle in your mind, especially with the offensive and defensive lines. I felt both lines at times had their moments, and that is really encouraging to me. Do you agree with that, Chris?
Oh, 100%. You talk about it, Eric, and it's, I actually posed that exact question to you at one point today. Was was it that the offensive line was that good or the defensive line was that bad? And then, like you said, the very next play, here comes Thor getting in the backfield and knocking down a pass. So, yeah, to me, I think R1s, I've got the utmost confidence in on both lines right now in R1s. Um, the depth is developing, and I think it's just going to give me more confidence as the season moves on because we're going to need those guys in the middle specifically of that defensive line to be able to come in and give quality minutes without dropping off. And I think we saw today that we've got some guys that can do that.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, so we talked defensive line, we've talked linebackers, we've talked safeties, we've talked corners. Trying to remember everything in my head. We've talked
We
coaches.
talked special teams. We've talked coaches.
Yeah, we've talked coaches. We talked about the funny incident with the running backs at the end of the practice where they had to do up, downs, and run. I think we've just about covered everything. Am I missing anything? Shoot us a question, guys. If you have any other questions.
Yeah, if you have any other questions.
Before we cut this video off for the night, we wanted to come on here. We wanted to jump on here and give you all our thoughts from practice. Overall, I'll wait to see if there's any more questions that get in there. Overall, I felt more encouraged this practice than I have felt the other times I've gone to the live practice.
I could see that. There's a different confidence with this team, a different edginess with this team, something we haven't seen. And Eric, I don't even know if I should share what you said earlier, but you kind of said that this team was going to have a certain edginess like another team.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we all know. I think for the most part, this chat will understand and not hold this against me.
Yeah.
I said this team is going to have to win like Michigan wins.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is through physicality of the line of scrimmage, not so much
the finesse,
the high performance, high octane, down the field, vertical offense. They're going to have to do it with more pound and ground.
At least initially.
We're going to kick your living butt on the line. That's kind of the mentality that they're going to have to kind of win with this year. And I think once teams, in my opinion, if they can do that and teams start trying to load the box, that's when you're going to get one-on-ones on the outside with Jeremiah and Carnell, and then you're
use the play action pass, and yeah,
then you're going to be able to go over top, hopefully. And if that's the plan, Julian Saint's definitely the guy, definitely.
Yeah.
Tyler says, Eric, how big is our offensive line going to be this year? Do you mean physically, or do you mean like big as in how big?
Impactful.
Is it impactful. Yeah. Answer me that one. Lisa, and then I'll answer your question. Lisa, when do they check into their hotel and when does fall camp end? I don't know. Do you, Chris? I don't know the answer to that.
I don't.
I figured they would be checked in already.
I'm pretty sure they are because they were talking about, one of the videos I shared was one about them talking about the roommates at the hotels. That was one of the ones that I shared that was a Ohio State video that was just recently shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bet they're already in the hotel, but I'll find out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I am Ryan RDCB. I apologize, man. I apologize. Still waiting for Tyler's response to that. Is CJ Hicks big enough to be a 4-down end, or is he just a pass rush special? He's big enough, and let me give you proof. He put Ethan Onyanaway, however he
On his backside.
on his butt on a bull rush. He put him on his butt. He's
So I'm sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
The team checks in actually on Monday.
Okay.
And practice camp runs through the 23rd.
So the week before game week.
Yep.
So 3 weeks. So they check in Monday and they have 3 weeks of camp, and then it's game week. Okay. There you go. There you go, Lisa. Back to
CJ.
No. I think we answered that already. Back
Tyler,
to Tyler's
physical.
question. Let's just answer. Okay, he said physical. Yeah. I think so. But I'm not worried about it. I think they are and can be. I loved when they came off after their final 11 on 11 and the second string came on. They all gathered together on the sideline right in front of us. Got some sweet pictures, by the way. And they were all talking with each other and breaking down a couple different things that happened. These are all really intelligent guys. These are football dudes. And I think that they have a bond that I'm not so sure previous offensive lines have had at the beginning of the season. I made a comment to Rajiv from the Bucky Report because he said there's a narrative that Ohio State's offensive line isn't going to be that good this year because they lost so many starters. And I said that's a false narrative. I said go back and you look at the starting offensive line in the national championship game. 3 of them are back.
Yep, 2 of them's all lost. No, I was just saying we lost 2.
We only lost 2 of the 4 because the other 2 were injured.
Yeah.
I said 3 of them are back, and there was a 4th one who was playing and rotating with them.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, he was actually one who started this season, Integra Shabola.
Yep.
And so I think there's actually more continuity on this offensive line now than there was a year ago. That's my 2 cents. Do you agree, Chris?
Yeah. This is an offensive line. I think it's going to be very special. I'm going to tell you right now, I think this line can compete for the best line in the country this year. I really do. It's not only talented, but it's deep. And you know, I feel really, really good about it. After watching this practice today, I mean, yeah, like you said, Onyanaway got put down a couple times. Philip Daniels got put down once, but boy, did he get back up. I thought there was going to be a fight there, but
ooh. Yeah, he is a chippy guy, man. I heard he got in a tussle yesterday.
Yeah,
he got another one today, kinda. The coaches know they have to break him up.
Well, and let me tell you, in his defense, Atkinson was trying to play some mind games, and
I think he got a carryover from something that's happened previously between them.
He went low on him. He did go low on him.
Bo went low on him, and it was kind of dirty.
Yeah,
but I don't know what.
I mean, it wasn't an injury. I don't think he was trying to injure him, obviously, because they're on the same team. He wasn't trying to injure him, but he went low on him to show him up.
Yeah, and I don't know what Philip Daniels had done previously to cause him to do that, but there was definitely, Ryan made a comment day number 1. We need to learn how to practice, professionally, it's like safely, high, but take care of one another, but still practice hard. I wonder if there wasn't some of that happening already. in that
Yeah.
in that. So, oh, the Penn State sports talk is here.
I'm okay with the Penn State sports talk being here because I don't know how much of the chats you've watched, Eric, but at least the guys at Penn State can use proper grammar. We got a Texas guy in there who can't form a real sentence to save his life.
I got I know this guy
It
because
just bothers me.
he shows up on Always Irish quite a bit. I got two words for you, bud. James Franklin. That
Yeah,
should
well,
should explain it all.
that it almost makes you feel sorry for him, doesn't it, Eric?
I mean, not really. No,
No, not
no.
really.
Yeah,
But
not
what you
really.
could do for us is just make sure to let Jim Knowles know, hey, we appreciate his help last year, but we don't miss him at all. We're all right.
Indeed, indeed. The in the magazine, which is done by the way, all we have to do is finish editing and submit it. It is completely finished. Put the finishing touches on it today, Chris. Um, there's an article in there I wrote that says, "Thank you, Jim Knowles. We hate you too." So yeah, $3.99. Become a member. You'll get it in your inbox if you email the show at theohiopodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you have to pay $19.95 for it. All right, that's going to be tonight's show, guys. I had a lot of fun going over all of this in my head again with you, Chris. I had a blast today.
Oh, it was good.
It was a ton of fun. Awesome meeting you, Stan. Having a lot of great conversation with you. I ran into B
Randy
Moses.
B. Moses, yeah.
I asked B Moses for his autograph. He laughed at me, and then we took a picture together, which was a lot of fun. We will be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, for another live show. This one we have a special guest. We have Red coming on the show. Yep, that's his name. His name is Red. He makes long form story videos on YouTube that are absolutely hilarious. He made one not too long ago I just watched called Wisconsin College Football's Curdled Cheese. And it was the history of the Wisconsin Badgers football program. It's so entertaining. He made one about Notre Dame. I need to bust that one out here soon too. But he just made a quick one about his predictions of Conference USA, which I've never seen anybody make preview videos of a conference like this guy did. They are absolutely hilarious. He's a Buckeye fan. He was born and raised in Central Ohio, and he pulls no punches. He made a video about John Cooper. It's an hour-long video of him basically just trashing John Cooper. But he is a funny guy. He's a well-known guy. Huge, really big YouTube channel. And I think he's also a gamer. I think he plays the old video games. So some of the kids might know who this guy is. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's tomorrow night's guest, 8 o'clock. Corey will be back with us this year. His hiatus is coming to an end shortly. I had a nice conversation with Corey. So Dr. Corey will be back with us. Also, we have Sean Schrock, the Schrock Star. We have TG, the Wolverine Slayers, running over there, running their the Buckeye Lounge here at the OHIO podcast. They're doing like 2 a week now. They're doing a live on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern, and then they also have some pre-recorded interviews. So make sure you're checking all of that out. And we have one more host coming on board with us. King Buckeye, Alex Bryan, is going to be joining the OHIO podcast as well. So that gives us 6 hosts in the rotation. And we're going to have a lot of great content coming your way this season. There's going to be a little tweak for you guys on our programming side of things, but I think you all are going to really enjoy that.
Are we going to announce it yet?
No,
we're going to hold it now.
Announce it yet.
I was going to say, I thought we were going to hold off yet.
Yep. There is
so
something
exciting.
There's an Easter egg in the magazine about it. It's just a real subtle one-liner in ad form. We'll see if anybody catches it. We'll let the magazine out for a couple weeks before we make the official announcement to everybody. So yeah, Chris is excited about it. I'm excited about it. We will have several big things we're doing this year. We're planning on going to Champaign, Illinois for our road trip this year. We take one road trip a year. We try to take one road trip a year. We're planning on going to Champaign, Illinois. We're going to be partnering and doing a joint podcast with the Keeping It Orange and Blue guys over at the College Huddle, our sister podcast at the College Huddle. They're going to be pre-gaming there, doing a podcast before the game, tailgating, etc. So we're heading over there to do that. I will be heading to Pittsburgh at one point this year as well to hang out with the Alumni Club of Pittsburgh.
I'll be going at a separate point, perhaps.
Yep, Chris and I might be going to two different ones with that, and when you'll find out why when that all happens. And also our official watch party against the Scum will be happening in Bucyrus, Ohio, Baker's Pizza, the back room. All of you, it's us. It's going to be a grand time. Make plans to be there for that. It's our official hashtag BTB party. Beat the blue, beat those bums, beat them, you know what. We're going to have a great time. We want to make sure all of you are there with us. And if any of you live in Eastern Ohio, Youngstown area or whatever, or maybe you do live in Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh, please, when we announce when we're going to be in Pittsburgh, we'd love for you guys to come and hang out with us, all right? Is Mike Wargo part of the future plans for the show? Mike Wargo, he would need to figure out how he's going to use his computer first.
Maybe that's what one of us needs to do when we go over there.
Maybe that is the case.
Is get him set up.
Yeah, because we love Mike is always welcome to come on the show whenever he wants, and he knows that. And he's willing to come on a lot, but we need to make sure that his computer is set up to where he could do this with us. He had some trouble with that last time, and we want to make sure that he's good to go there. All right, guys. Thank you again so much, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Until next time, be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. Chris, till next time, OH.
I owe.
Go Bucks.